Hello, my name is Andy Smith. I work as a tanker driver for Rogers Cartage. As a tanker driver, I'm responsible for picking up chemicals at a manufacturing plant and hauling them in our tanker trailers to their destination. My typical day involves getting my run the day before, coming to my terminal, picking up my tractor, and we do a pre-trip at the terminal before we leave the yard. Then I go over to the plant where I pick up the trailer that's fully loaded and ready to go. We do an inspection and pre-trip, we call it, on that as well. We then leave the plant and go to the destination point. Usually that's the same day run, out and back the same day. Every now and then we get a run that takes us out overnight, come back the next day. But typically our work day is a 14-hour day, with 11 of those hours being drive time. Our stress level is attributed to driving predominantly. We're driving down the road every day. We are cautious of our surroundings. We're always having to make instant decisions, instant reactions to things that are happening beyond our control, predominantly other drivers. People in cars, other people in trucks. They don't always know that our truck cannot stop on a dime. We're carrying an 80,000-pound missile that cannot stop in a short distance. So people pull in front of us and cut us off, or come alongside us and they're doing stuff that's not safe, being on the cell phone, texting, whatever it may be. That gives us concerns as the driver, because now we have to be cautious of our driving as well as theirs. And those things can bring on a lot of stress, especially in weather conditions. If it's raining and you don't have your headlights on, we can't see you, whether it be in front of us, behind us, or beside us. It's really hard to see those vehicles without having headlights on. Typically, you need to have a commercial driver's license to be able to drive trucks. So actually, you have to have a truck driver's license to drive trucks. It's a commercial driver's license, a CDL. You can attain that by going to schools. Most schools range from 4 weeks to 8 weeks. There are independent companies out there, as well as community colleges are great places to get your degree as well, to be able to become a truck driver. In order to do this job, you have to have a good driving record. You have to be drug-free. That's mandatory. You are drug tested from the beginning of getting into this industry and periodically throughout the industry. Drug testing can be anything from urinary tests to hair follicle tests. They take it very serious because you have to be sharp when you do this job. You can't be impeded in any way. You have to be 100% every day. 99% is not enough. If you can't do 100%, then you aren't doing it at all. There is risk to this job. The risks are your safety and the safety of those around you. You have to be focused. It's urgent and very important that you're focused on safety. Safety is the key in this industry. It really is. If you can be safe in what you're doing, you'll be able to get from A to B safely, and those around you will get where they need to go safely as well. Best part of this job is really the independence of it. If you're not the type of person who wants to sit at a desk, nothing wrong with that, but that's not you, that's not me either. I like the idea of being on the road by myself and have somebody sitting over my shoulder all day long, or even just being checked up on all the time. You're left alone to do the job and be independent. You have to listen to the radio station you want to listen to. You can focus on getting down the road, and you don't have that micromanagement happening right then and there. So the worst part of the job, for me, it's hard for me to say is the worst part because I don't really have a worst part of the job. There's a few things that I think for new drivers you should be aware of. One of the big things is the surge, we call it. What the surge is, we have different types of tanker trailers, baffled and unbaffled. What that means is baffled trailers have like walls inside to keep the chemical from moving too much. The unbaffled is an open trailer. So if you have to stop all of a sudden, or you make a sudden stop, or you're not aware of what's happening ahead of you soon enough, and you hit that surge, or you get that surge hit, you stop too fast, that surge is going to hit you, and you're going to feel it. And it can startle you, it can scare you, it can move your truck a few feet even. That's one of the things to keep in mind. Another thing is your driving conditions. There's areas you be driving in, city driving areas or small towns you drive through, that the turning radius isn't the greatest. It's tight corners. So, you have civilians around, you have other cars around, you have things you have to watch out for, telephone poles, street signs, you don't want to hit those. Backing into certain areas, tight areas on plants, or when you're delivering the product, that's can be a little stressful in the beginning. Truck stops are a big thing. You've got a lot of senior drivers and experienced drivers in those truck stops sitting in their trucks, taking a break or walking around, and they see you backing into a spot, and they see you're a rookie or a newbie. They're going to see that. They're going to be watching you with binoculars and with magnifying glasses, exaggerating there a little bit, but they're going to be watching you every move you make. And they're going to be suspicious of the way you're backing if you aren't backing smart. The best advice I can give you for backing is a thing we say GOAL, G-O-A-L. Get out and look. Don't be afraid to go out and look 20 times if you have to. Be safe. Safety first. It's important to remember that coming to work every day on time, being there, being safe, drug-free, and a good history of driving record is the key to being successful in this business. My final advice to those out there interested in this industry is be aware today of what's happening around you. Be a safe driver. Start those habits now. If you have good driving habits now as a driver, they will carry on in life, and it'll be easy for those to become good safe drivers in a truck. If you can stay positive and find positive things to help you be a positive person, it's going to help you to be safe. And safety is the key in this business. Above everything else, safety first. If you're doing safe things and being a safe driver and doing safe things now, when you become a driver in this industry, you'll be one of the better drivers and great drivers out there that's all about safety and aware of what's going on.